7 guys on that line. Look at them. Huge. Straight ahead. Near the goal line. Did he get in? Yes. And that is Pleasant again. Or Thibodeaux, rather. Kyle Thibodeaux from 3 yards out. And the turnover is costly for the Panthers. A short field, a 30-yard drive for the score. And a point after away from extending their lead to 14-3. The Greyhounds will bring Brad Wall on. Wyndham the holder. Placement's down. Kick is plenty high and plenty true. 14-3 Ocean Springs back in 30 seconds. This is Panther football on 93.1. Back at Ocean Springs, not the start the Panthers want. 14-3, they're down. Got an early turnover and was able to kick a field goal out of that. But since then, been Ocean Springs, a 67-yard drive, then an interception, and a 30-yard drive for Ocean Springs, and they are leading 14-3 with 3:19 left in the first quarter. Score from Brandon, Hattiesburg, very capable team. They're leading Brandon 6-0 in the first quarter. So we'll try to keep you up to date with the scores as we get those in from around the playoffs tonight. All games are playoff games tonight, with the 1, 5, and 6A joining the playoffs at the 2, 3, and 4A started last week. Wall been a busy man so far tonight. His third kickoff of the evening. And Bridges and Gibson back deep for the Panthers. This will be returnable. Bridges will take it at the 3. From the 10, trying to hit the seam. Got it hit. He's at the 30. Foot race out across the 35. Spins and knocked out of bounds at the 40. A 37-yard return, and that's what the Panthers needed. Good field position now. Can the offense get on track? Hadn't been in sync at all tonight.
Well, slow starting, but it's early in the game, and there's a lot of time left. And you look out on the field, you got Bridges, you got Gibson, you got Wood, you got Hutterson, you got Darren Ross. There's a lot of guys that can score from a long way off. So just come back out, shake it off. And
all right, go ahead, Taylor Swift. Let's go.
Hey, shake it off. That's what it is. You got to come out and have a short memory.
Yeah. Trips to the right. Hand off to Ross straight ahead. He's hit at the line. He'll gain about 3 to the 43, be 2nd and 7. And just as I gave you the score from Hattiesburg, or for Hattiesburg, Brandon has come back and taken the 7-6 lead. A little over 4 minutes to go in the first quarter there in Brandon. Pascagoula and West Jones just down the road here, Highway 90. They're tied at 7 apiece in the first quarter, about 5.5 left. D'Iberville and Meridian, no score after 1 quarter of play. Trips to the right. Wood, the lone receiver, left side. Back to throw. Deep down the middle. We've got some interference right there, yep. Is that Bridges or was that Gibson going deep there? That was
Bridges on
on the deep post.
On the hash mark, just running 4 verticals against that. And Hopper sees it and going to throw it to the inside receiver. And the cornerback just comes off, waylays him before he has a chance to make the play.
So 15-yard penalty in the 15-yard penalty moves it to the 42-yard line of Ocean Springs. Oak Grove extends their lead to 14-0 over Hancock. Panthers trying to get within more than the 11 points. They're down now. It's 14-3. Ocean Springs leading. 2:25 left in the first quarter. Play clock at 6. Hopper. Quick throw. Had to throw that one way sooner than what he wanted to. Coming on the blitz that time. And coming untouched. And that pass goes incomplete. Will bring 2nd and 10. Hopper still looking for his first completion of the night, which is unusual to be saying that at this point in the game. 2nd and 10 from the 42 of Ocean Springs. Twin receivers each side. Ross, the running back. He'll have it. hits it up in the middle. He's only going to gain maybe 2 to the 41. We'll make it only 1, I guess, to the 41. So it'll be 3rd and 9. Give the defensive front. We heard about how active they are defensively. Everybody running to the football as you see an injured Greyhound on the field. And their defense is living up to their advertising so far.
They're doing a good job with the 3-man front, but they do a good job of mixing up their linebackers. They'll bring a linebacker from the short side and walk him up and bring him, or they'll mix it up and bring a guy from the other side. So, just we just got to use our eyes, see where they're coming from, step out there and make the blocks and just try to maintain them and give Hutterson or Ross, stay with your blocks and give those guys time to find the crease.
Yeah, the first 4 carries of the game, 9, 7, 7, and 11, and since then they've have walked up there and done a better job against the run. Off under his own power is one of their defensive linemen there, Thibodeaux. See how close that was here on that pronunciation if I can hear their PA guy say it. Sometimes you get in the bottom of that pile and strange things happen. Taylorsville up 6-0 in their game. Northeast Jones and St. Stanislaus. St. Stanislaus up 7-0 midway of the first. That's a high-powered offense, too, coming into the jungle there in Laurel. Big play here for the offense. 3rd and 9. Split receivers each side. Play action. Hopper's got some time this time. Throws it up. Man's got him beat, but he couldn't come back and get the ball. Bridges sort of kept running, didn't get a good read on the ball, hung up. Bridges had blown by his guy, but that wind that wasn't blowing at the beginning of the game, that crosswind, that throw was right into that wind, and it just stayed up in the air, hung too much. Petal showing their punt formation. Line of scrimmage is the 41. Ryan Grace had a 32-yarder with no return on the opening series of the game. He'll punt this one away as well. End-over-end kick. Fair catch signaled and made near the 12, close to the 13-yard line. They will spot it. So a 28-yard return, 28-yard punt, no return. So the Greyhounds take over at their own 13 with a minute 33 left in the first quarter. Boy, we'd like to have one of those turnovers right here.
Yeah, that's and that's one thing Ocean Springs doesn't turn the ball over a whole lot. They're just just going to hammer you with that play action, or run that. They're going to run that triple option out of the veer and then run play action off of it.
Give us to Warren. Cuts back across the 15. They maybe only give him the 2 yards to the 15 as the Petal defense just drives him back all the way to the 5 and throws him down. So a gain of 2 for Warren.
It's just, and you got a good job of getting a lot of guys running to the ball, gang tackling, and that's how you can cause some turnovers. It's just playing with that great effort, playing great assignment. We talked about, they'll come back and run play action off of it, so you want to use your eyes, especially those safeties. Make sure you're using your eyes and reading the keys before you overcommit to the run and give up something down the middle of the field.
So 2nd and 8 from the 15. Give straight ahead. Gain of near 5 out close to the 20. That'll bring up 3rd down and short, and this is what Ocean Springs likes. These 3rd and makeables for them. 3rd and about 3. Defensively, need to get off the field on 3rd down. Want to throw it. That quick timing pattern complete. Good for the first down out near the 30. That'll be a gain of 10. Second time they've had that connection. You can tell they've got a good camaraderie there, throwing it before he makes his break, and right there making the catch is Austin Williams for the first down.
Yeah, it's just all timing right on that little quick out. And if you've got, man coverage or even a cover 3 look, you're not going to be able to get anybody underneath that quick out, especially when he throws it that quick.
And the horn sounds to end the first quarter. The Greyhounds with a 14-3 lead. They'll have it 1st and 10 from their own 30 when we come back. Let's take 1 minute break. We're back in 1 minute. This is Panther Football on 93.1.
Petro Nissan is proud to sponsor our Pedal Panther football team again this year. Petro Nissan and all of its employees are looking forward to the Pedal Panthers making yet another run on Mississippi 6A State Championship again this year. The Pedal Panthers and Petro Nissan, a winning combination. And remember, Nissan makes the vehicle, but Petro Nissan makes a difference for you. Petro Nissan, top of the hill, Hattiesburg. Go Panthers!
Back ready to start the second quarter. Ocean Springs leading 14-3. They'll have it 1st and 10 from their own 30-yard line. They scored on a 67-yard drive and then had an interception that they had a 30-yard drive off of that to get their 14 points. The Panthers took advantage of a fumble, but were only able to get a field goal out of that turnover. That's our scoring in the first quarter. They end around. They're going to throw it. Got a man open. That's Williams again. He's got it at the 35, and he's going to take it the distance. And that's the trickery you got to be careful of, a 70-yard touchdown pass from Marcus Buckley to Austin Williams, and the Greyhounds have opened up a 20-3 lead on the flea flicker. And talk about the way they will rock you to sleep with the run, and then in this case, a trick play right there that they go 70 yards. And now Wall on to attempt the point after with 11:48 left in the first half. Placement's down by Wyndham. The kick is up by Wall, and it is good. 21-3. Panthers trail back in 30 seconds. This is Panther Football on 93.1. Early second quarter, 11:48 left to be exact. And the Greyhounds open up a 21-3 lead on the 70-yard flea flicker pass from Marcus Buckley to Austin Williams. Williams with 3 catches, 96 yards, and a touchdown. I don't know, Ed, how do you tell your defense? You watch them on film, and then you get him on the field, and it's obviously different speed and everything, but, defense is sort of on their heels and rattled right now.
Well, they've scored 3 times, but one of them is on a short field off of a turnover, and then another touchdown is on a trick play with a reverse pass right there. So really, they've only kind of gone out there and run their offense and really sustained the drive on you one time. So you just, keep doing what we worked on. The kick is fielded at the 25. That Wood out across the 35, out near the 36, and maybe a late hit out of bounds. But I didn't see a flag thrown. It is over there? Yeah. Yeah, Nigel Wood was hit out of bounds. It looked like a late hit there. Oak Grove 21-0 over Hancock. A Pearl River rivalry, Pearl River Central and Picayune. Picayune with a 14-6 lead there. They played a close game that Picayune scored late to win during the regular season against them. Now the indication from the official, got a dead ball, personal foul against Ocean Springs, so that 15-yard penalty will
obviously benefit our field position. That's the third penalty on Ocean Springs. That'll move the ball to the 49 of Ocean Springs. 1st and 10 for the Panthers. 11:41 left in the half. Hopper has Ross behind him as the lone running back. Trips near side, gives to Ross. Pops it around the left edge. He's going to have 1 yard, and that is it. Those linebackers make plays. They're quick. Leonard with the stop after a gain of 1. Be at the 48, 2nd down and 9. Wood, the lone receiver to the left. Layton, Bridges, Gibson. Still looking for the first completion of the game. Obviously hadn't done that all season. Played a quarter without a reception. Hopper throwing near side. Ball caught. Bridges inside the 20. Still being knocked forward inside the 15. Down to the 14. That'll be a 34-yard catch. Again, the first one of the night. And a first down, and really needed that. Not only for the yardage, but just for the confidence there. Taquan took some shots. Held on to the football, be 1st and 10 from the 14-yard line.
Yeah, they get a little more comfortable. I mean, we go back, it's cold weather, the ball's a little bit harder. Your fingers are a little bit, stiffer, and just got to get loosened up and make the throw and catch.
Hopper, time to throw again. Back against the zone, overshot Wood. Brings up 2nd and 10 from the 14. Taylorsville up 14-0 over Union. Early second quarter. St. Stanislaus 14-7 over Northeast Jones. 7 minutes left in the half there. Laurel's opened up a 21-7 lead over East Central. 30 seconds left in the first quarter. Pascagoula up on West Jones 14-7 with 11 minutes before half. Give to Ross. Left side got an opening. He's inside the 10, inside the 5. He'll have it 1st and goal. Boy, that was the holes that we were used to seeing created by that left side of the line. A gain of 11, be a 1st down and goal from the 3.
Yeah, the big running lane on that left side, and Darren Ross just using his ability. And now you get it down 1st and goal inside there.
Bring the big package in over there, moving Patterson to the right side. So I would imagine as we bring Tanner Estelle in to run the Wildcat. He's a backup quarterback as well. He's going to go off that right side, and he'll get down near the goal line. He'll be stopped at the 1. Maybe only at the 2. Let's see where they spot it. Right at the 1, be 2nd down and goal.
Snap was kind of a little low and to the left to a steal right there and kind of threw off the timing of the play just a second.
So 2nd down and goal from the 1. Same formation, Patterson to the right. Steele takes it. This time he's going to cut it up in there. And that will be a touchdown for the Panthers from 1 yard out. And that's a nice answer to that drive they had earlier. And gets us in the end zone with that 1 yard run from Tanner Estelle.
And it goes back to a good play on that 4 vertical route. Good throw by Hopper. Good catch by Bridges. And set up with a good return, and then the penalty from Ocean Springs. But that's a good job. You come back, you answer that score, and right back in this thing.
So a 49-yard drive. Now Maldonado with the point after. Placement's down, kicks high and true. 9:42 to play in the half. 21-10, Panthers trail back in 30 seconds. This is 93.1 with Panther football. Panthers find the end zone on that 49-yard drive, and they trim the Greyhound lead to 21-10, 9:42 to play here in the first half. So now defense needs a stop. The Greyhounds have yet to punt tonight. They've had the ball 4 times, fumbled on the first play of the game for them, for first possession, and then a 67-yard drive, a 30-yard drive, and a 87-yard drive. Maldonado kicks it. It's bobbled at the 10, picked up, and boy, look at the speed of him. You can hear the coaches say, oh no, and we see why, because inside the 40, inside the 30, and finally knocked out of bounds at the Panther 27-yard line. Whoo!
Well,
on the return right there, Isaiah Swoops just couldn't hem him in.
It's the same guy that stepped in front and picked off the pass earlier. He just tremendous speed, a little bitty guy, 165-pounder or something like that. But just on that kick, you got to either get some more depth in to get it into the end zone, or get some more height and give your coverage team time to get down the field in their lanes and bottle him up.
Yeah, you saw us pooch kick it the first time. I see why we pooch kick. I bet we'll go back to it after this. Right. So a short field here from the 27 of Petal. Ocean Springs has it, 1st and 10, leading 21-10. 9:29 left in the half. Wyndham gives straight ahead inside the 25. Falls Warren. That'd be a gain of, I'm going to spot it right at the 25. Give him 2 yards on that. Or be 2nd down and 8. Warren has 5 carries for 24 yards, and he hadn't been the one that's hurt us. It's been through the air. Austin Williams has been the man, he and Wyndham. And then Buckley on the flea flicker, passing it to Williams for the 70-yard touchdown pass. 2nd down and 8 from the Panther 25. Play action, Wyndham throwing for Williams again. Making the catch at the 5, hauling Panthers into the end zone. Boy, he's a big old young'un right there. Austin Williams listed at 6'2", 200, but he looks like he's a lot bigger than that. He's playing a lot bigger than that.
It's good, strong hands by him. You got to give him credit for that, because it's pretty good position, good recognition with the eyes, and in the secondary, I think we saw what was coming. The quarterback made a throw to the right place, but it's just, I think you give credit to really strong hands by that Greyhound receiver there.
A 27-yard drive for a touchdown. The last 4 possessions have ended in scores of the touchdown variety for Ocean Springs. Wall for the point after. Good again. Panthers trail 28-10 back in 30 seconds. This is Panther football on 93.1. Well, the Greyhounds answer right back. It's keyed by that great kickoff return by Isaiah Swoops. He fielded it just inside his 10 and returned it to the 27 of Petal. And then 2 plays later, a 25-yard touchdown pass to Austin Williams. And just like that, it's back to an 18-point Ocean Springs lead, 28-10, 8:44 showing on the second quarter clock. Wall will tee it up at the 40 on the far hash mark. Bridges and that's not Gibson back there now. Is that a Tanner? Can't quite see who that is on the near side. But Wall has kicked one out of bounds, trying to keep it away from Bridges. See how he approaches this kick. Pooch again, near side. It's going to be trouble. That looks like Ocean Springs is going to pick it up. They'll have the onside kick. They can't advance that, but they will have possession at the 32. So Petal asleep at the wheel there. That's just like an onside kick. It's a live ball, and they recovered at the 32 of Petal, and they'll be back in position with great field position with 8:44 showing on the clock. Again, you can't advance that onside kick, but you can get possession, and they've done it. So 1st and 10 from the 32 of Petal. Ocean Springs will have it and leading 28-10. The wheels haven't come off yet, but the lug nuts are mighty loose.
Well, it's just a couple of mistakes in the kicking game on the last two kickoffs, on our kickoff and then on our kickoff return, just get caught in a dead spot not watching the ball.
So the Panther defense has been on the field a good bit tonight. Now they're asked to step up and try to keep the Greyhounds out of the end zone. Already leading 28-10. The number one seed out of Region 4 trying to tack on another one. Drew Wyndham under center. He'll give straight ahead. And tripping over his own man as his offensive lineman was trying to get up that time was Trexton Coleman. Coleman will gain about 7 yards, be second and a short 3. Whew. Oak Grove putting it on Hancock 28-0. So Hancock, first time in the playoffs in a while. It's going to be a short one and done for them. Panthers trying to battle their way out of a 28-10 deficit, but defensively got to come up with a stop. Inside the 25, Wyndham will give to Warren. Warren's wrapped up. There's a flag coming in, and I don't know if that's a hold. Chop block.
It's a good job by Tyler Hancock at that defensive end. He just squeezes down, has assignment for the dive, and he makes a good play on it. Looks like one of the linemen's going to be blocked below the knees, so that should push the ball back.
That'll be stepped off from, looks like, the 23-yard line. So that'll push it back to the 33. That's a 10-yard penalty.
You go back and you talk about playing that assignment football. You got to have a guy on the dive. You got to have a guy on the quarterback. You got to have somebody responsible for the pitch if you get it out there. But and what makes this offense really hard to defend is when you come back and you've got a quarterback who can throw the ball. It's not the wishbone.
Yeah.
It's the veer. It's the same triple option philosophy, but you've actually got an extra receiver in the game. You've either got, 2 tight ends or a tight end and 2 wide receivers, so makes it tougher to defend the play action pass.
So Wyndham back to throw. Right in the middle, complete at the 20. And is that a Buckley with the catch? Marcus Buckley found the opening there at the 20-yard line. That'll be a gain of, at the 19, it'll be a gain of 14 and a first down.
So when you get your linebackers and your strong safeties that are committed to playing that run, then it makes it harder for them to drop into their zone and drop underneath these curl, like a curl route or an in route right there. You just don't have the underneath coverage that you need.
First and 10 from the 19 of Petal. Ocean Springs leading 28-10, nearing 7 minutes left in the half. Give straight ahead down inside the 15. Down near the 13-yard line, close to the 12.
And the other thing about this offense, about the veer in itself as a play, it gets harder to defend the closer you get to the goal line.
So that'll be a gain of 6. They spotted. They give him the 13-yard line. So the Panther defense with a 2nd and 3 around the left edge. Nice job of playing that ball right there by Tyreek Moody, and then coming on the backside, linebackers finishing it off. Back at the 14, it'll be a loss of 1. So 3rd down and about 5.
It's played great by the defense right there. String it out, make it run east and west, let your backside pursuit come up and make the play.
So Coleman loses 1 on that play. It'll be 3rd and near 5. Petal defense trying to stand tall right here, down by 18, 28-10. Play clock at 4. Ocean Springs in no hurry. They'll take a timeout. We'll take one with them. 5:46 left in the half. 28-10. Ocean Springs back in 30 seconds. This is Panther football on 93.1. All right, back at Ocean Springs during this timeout. Ocean Springs leads 28-10, 5:46 to play in the half. They will have a 3rd and 5 coming out of the timeout. A few scores for you real quickly. Purvis and Van Cleve tied up at 14 all. Picayune over Pearl River Central 14-13 late second. Taylorsville up 20-0 over Union. Wayne County 14, Gaucher 13. A little bit of surprise there, I think. 14-14 West Jones and Pascagoula. And Laurel up 28-13 over East Central. 3rd and 5 for the Greyhounds as they will take the snap around the right edge and hit at the line of scrimmage, dropped at the 15-yard line, and that's the way you see your defense play right there as Elijah Burris is stopped for a loss of 1, bringing up 4th and 6.
Good job of turning that play up. Keith McGee steps up and fields it. I was looking at Google Maps. This is one field where you don't want to run north and south. Or defensively, you do want them running north and south because the field runs east and west.
Yeah.
So that's a good job stringing it. And then when the play turns up, Keith McGee steps up and makes the tackle.
A 32-yard field goal attempt off the foot of Brad Wall. The quarterback, Wyndham, is the holder. He places it down, though. Plenty of leg by Wall. Did he pull it left? Hope so. Yes, I thought he did. Field goal is no good. 5 minutes left in the first, so the defense does stand tall on that after that, not recovering the kickoff. Petal does not give up any points, so a little bit of life breathed into us right there.
Great job right there after the onside kick to come out and bow up and make those plays and make the stop. Now, offensively, go back out there. We talked about it before the game. What we've got to do is score. It doesn't matter if it's a big play or if it's a sustained drive. We got to just go out there and get points. So get the ball to your playmakers, move it down the field. Let's take advantage of this great stop by the defense and take it down the field and turn it into points.
So from their own 20, they'll have it. Ross finds an opening across the 25, across the 30, running hard out near the 33 before he's pushed back. That'll be a gain of 13 and a first down.
Good job right there. That moves the ball, moves it out, gives you even more breathing room behind you, gives you a chance to open up a little bit more.
Petal has 2 timeouts left here in the first half. Clock is put back into motion once the change are set. 4:48 and counting. Little mix-up in the backfield. Hutterson gets some positive yardage out of it. Boy, disaster all over that.
Yeah, that's misdirection. That's not the kind of misdirection you want.
Misdirected each other, didn't it?
Misdirect each other. But, hey, good running, good hard running.
Gain
right
of
there.
4.
That's a good formation. Had a lot of success out of this with the 2 backs when you got Ross and Hutterson both in the game at the same time. Even though we had a little busted play, he was able to use his legs and get 4 yards out of it.
So 2nd and 6, play clock at 10. Hutterson follows his blocks. He's got the first down and more out near the 48 before he's thrown down. That'll be a gain of 9.
Good running lanes right there. You know, you don't have to have a big crease for these 2 guys. You just get on and sustain a block and give them a little bit of place to run through.
Make it a gain of 11 to the 49. It'll be 1st and 10. 3:56 left in the half, and the clock's rolling. Ross around the left edge, following his blockers. He's in the secondary. He's inside the 40. Falling down near the Ocean Springs 30, close to the 35, 36-yard line. I believe they'll spot it there. That'll be a gain of 15 and another first down.
Patterson and Roberts on the left side maintained their block 12, 15 yards down the field. They stayed on it. And that plus the lead block with the extra running back in there, man, that turns that into a great play.
28-10, Panthers trail trying to get something before the half. Ocean Springs will receive the ball to start the second half. 1st and 10 from the Greyhound 36. Hutterson right side, turns it upfield. He's inside the 30, upended down near the 26-yard line. Going to be close to another first down. Looks like he has it. We'll wait and see the official spot.
Tell you what, we're calling out those guys on the left side, but you come back, we run the same play to the right side. Dalton, Berry, and Fernandez, those guys are staying on their blocks, moving their feet, maintaining contact, and let these running backs find running space and advancing it.
That was a good patient run there by Hutterson of 10 yards. 1st and 10 from the Greyhound 26. Under 3 to play in the half. Ross straight ahead, follows Hutterson Boyd, linebacker. He's still on his feet, though, breaks a tackle. He's down near the 16. Boy, he was stopped for about a 3-yard gain and somehow pulled out of the grasp of their best tackler, Vincent Milanese, but I don't know how he got out of it.
Well, he got out of it with that great leg strength. Just you can't knock him down.
Gain of 9. That'll be 2nd down and 1.
We keep giving credit to these guards and tackles, but on that play, the center, Tyler Kloss, just take that nose guard and moved him so far out of the play.
Hutterson to the left side, turns it up for the first down inside the 15. Just had to get to the 16. They'll spot it at the 13. It'll be a gain of 4 and a first down as they'll stop the clocks to move the chains. 2:19 on the clock as it stopped. They'll wind it in motion once the chains are set. Panthers, their most impressive drive, they started at the 20 after the missed field goal. Now they'll have it 1st and 10 from the Ocean Springs 13. Right side comes Hutterson, turns it up. He's inside the 10, breaks a tackle, goes to the pylon, and he'll waltz into the end zone from 13 yards out. Boy, an impressive 80-yard drive right there.
It's an impressive drive. It's a great adjustment. The coaching staff comes out and let's put Ross and Hutterson back in there and let's get that two-back set that we've had some success with. And then the big guys up front. I mean, in that series, you can go back play after play. Those guys are coming off, getting leverage and movement, and then staying on their blocks and just letting Hutterson and Ross make plays with their legs.
So 13-yard by Hutterson. The point after by Maldonado is good. 28-17, Petal trails back in 30 seconds. This is Panther football on 93.1. Back at Ocean Springs, 2:02 to play in the first half. Petal drives at 80 yards, trims the Ocean Springs lead to 28-17. The kick by Maldonado, kicking away from Swoops, goes out of bounds, and Ocean Springs will move us back 5 yards and make us kick it again. They're not going to take it at the 35. They're going to take their chances of Swoops being able to get a hold of it and return the thing. Laurel all over East Central, 42-13, 5 minutes left in the half. And here comes another pooch kick, I'm sure. As Maldonado waits on the signal, ready for play. They've moved Swoops over, but Buckley's going to take it at the 23. Buckley right up the gut across the 30, across the 40, boom, drilled at the 42. I don't know who made the stick, but it was a good one. Is that Tanner? A steal on the tackle. They'll spot it just outside, just shy of the 42. So the Panther defense has a minute 56 to defend 58 yards. Down by 11. Can they afford to give up a score right here with Ocean Springs getting the ball to start the second half?
Well, you take play action a little bit more out of the equation right here. With a minute 56, you don't have to be as aggressive on the veer. You can give up the dive.
And that's what they give it to Warren. Can't give up that big of a play on the dive, though. He's at the 40, foot race, 30, got the angle. He cuts back inside the 15, inside the 10. No flag down, and they'll spot him at the 8-yard line. Wow.
Well, that's not exactly what I
Not
meant.
what you drew it up.
On giving up the dive is that you don't have to overcommit your linebackers and secondary to him, but he just does a good job of cutting that back against the grain and finding
50 yards.
150 yards on the backside.
First and goal from the 8. A minute 44 on the clock. Wyndham. Give again to Warren. This time he's swarmed under in the backfield. He may get back to the line of scrimmage, may lose a yard. That's moving back to the 9, so it'll be second and goal from the 9.
Good job again, Tyler Hancock. You know, it's hard for that defensive end to really squeeze down and play the dive and stop them for no gain. But Hancock's doing a good job right there with support from his inside guys as well.
Halftime score, Picayune 21, Pearl River Central 13. Minute 16 left in the half here at Ocean Springs, 28-17. Greyhounds dive up the middle to Warren. He'll get down near the 6 for a gain of 3, be third and goal from the 6. Now, we talked about this, Coach Boyles and I talked about this at the TV show we were filming earlier. You know, got to avoid the big plays, and that's really all they've had against us, and big plays that have scored on or got them in position to score off of their runs. But just the huge plays have killed us in the first half.
Yeah, and they've been big plays that that you really weren't expecting looking at their scouting report coming in here.
Less than 40 seconds to go in the half. Third and goal from the 6. Wyndham to throw it. Got position there. Off the intended receiver's shoulder, Marcus Buckley. He had a touchdown right there, just didn't catch it. Pretty good throw. Let it get on his shoulder pad, skipped off of there. Now it's probably a field goal attempt coming for Ocean Springs.
I guess the biggest surprise to me coming in, and I knew, looked at his stats and seen some film on him and read about him. But Drew Wyndham, his accuracy throwing the ball, is not great arm strength, and the ball is in the air for a little while, but man, he puts the ball
right where it needs to be
on target, and that's hurt us on some of those big plays. Luckily, that one goes through the receiver's hands.
23-yard field goal attempt. Placement's down. Kick is up, nearly blocked, but the kick is going to be good with 29 seconds to play in the half. 31-17, Ocean Spring leads. Back in 30 seconds with this Panther football on 93.1. Back at Ocean Springs, 29 seconds before halftime, a 23-yard field goal off the foot of Brad Wall gives Ocean Springs a 31-17 lead. Now the Panthers need to field the kickoff number 1, and hopefully we'll have a good field position here with 2 timeouts. I'm not sure how much we can do in 29 seconds, but first thing is securing the kickoff. Pooch kick again near side. It's going to be fielded at the 33 by Lang. He'll get out across the 40, out across the 45, near the 46. So Xavier Lang with the return to the 46 of Ocean Springs. 22 seconds on the clock. Again, have 2 timeouts. Let's see what the Panthers elect to do right here. Down by 14, 31-17. Halftime in Pascagoula. Pascagoula leads West Jones 17-14. As they kicked a field goal with time expiring in the half. Northeast Jones leads St. Stanislaus 21-20 on Reggie O'Dean's 3rd touchdown of the night. 4:50 left in the half.
We're going to have a
flag on the play.
Looks like we're going to have an unsportsmanlike conduct for using an illegal football.
An illegal football. That may be the old Jackie Sherrill against Auburn. They got helium in that thing. The reason they put punting so well, they got helium in that football.
Or maybe they put it in the microwave over there before they kicked it.
So that's a big penalty right there with 22 seconds to play. A 15-yard variety moves the ball inside the Ocean Springs 40 to the 39. Wow, how many times have you seen that? That's the first time I've ever seen that.
That's the first time in 52 years
Aging yourself now, son.
that I can recall seeing that called.
Hey,
I knew it was illegal. I knew you're not.
Thus the illegal
You're
the
not
flag.
supposed to do it, but
What would make a ball illegal? We have to get an explanation on that. But anyway, we got 22 seconds left here in the half. Hopper, play action. Looks deep down the field, rolls right now. Got some room to run. He'll throw it near sideline and out of play with 15 seconds left on the clock.
I guess it could be illegal if it was the wrong size ball. If it was, if it's a Nerf ball, it'd be illegal.
Does it have to have a certain amount of air in it?
I think, but on a kickoff, I wouldn't think you would deflate. That wouldn't help you as much.
Yeah, unless you're kicking it like they're kicking it.
Unless
now.
you're trying to,
what they're doing. I just wonder if it.
Kick, they may have deflated it.
But we will see. Maybe we'll get an explanation after the half on that. 2nd and 10 from the Ocean Springs 39. Hopper again to throw. Time, pulls it down, throws it up now, and overshoots Darren Ross at the 15, 9 seconds left. 3rd and 10. And Hopper, 1 out of 9 in the first half, 34 yards. Just unheard of right there. And it's not so much, it's not the weather. I think it's some to do with Ocean Springs defense. They're really playing it, spreading it out in the zone and having trouble finding openings for our receivers. And that's one of our strengths, of course, their passing game, and that's really been non-existent here in the first half, thus the 31-17 deficit, I think. 9 seconds left in the half, 3rd and 10. Hopper out of the backfield. Nope. That was going to be the hook and lateral, and he tried to toss it before he caught it. Nigel Wood does not catch it. It'll be 4th and 10 with 5 seconds to play. Had visions of the Miami Dolphins on Monday Night Football right there.
Well, one thing Ocean Springs is doing is a lot of times they're only rushing 3, and so it's giving them an extra guy in the underneath coverage, and that's what, I think that's the one thing that they've tried to take away from the Panthers here in the first half is a lot of the underneath throwing game and trying to force the long ball down the field.
Bargain penalty. This will be the last play of the half. Hopper under pressure. Has the ball stripped from him, and recovering it doesn't really matter. It's down. Petal recovers at midfield, and that'll end the half. The Panthers trail 31-17 as both teams go to the locker room. Let's take a 3-minute break. We'll come back and talk about the first half. Back in 3 minutes. This is Panther Football on 93.1. Back at halftime here in Ocean Springs. The Panthers trail at halftime 31-17. And it was, I guess, if you look at the stats and the way they got the yardage, they are known to be a rushing team with throwing in a few passes here or there. But I don't know, it's been a sort of a surprise. The Panthers started the scoring with a field goal at the 8:23 mark of the first quarter following a fumble on the first offensive play on the first possession for Ocean Springs. They kicked the 23-yard field goal for that early 3-0 lead. But answering that score with a 67-yard drive were the Greyhounds. That was finished off by a 3-yard run by their fine running back Andrew Warren. The point after by Brad Wall was good, and it was 7-3 Ocean Springs with 5:35 to be exact left in the first quarter. Then a 30-yard drive following an interception. Ocean Springs tacked on their lead with a 3-yard run by Thibodeaux. And the point after again was good. 14-3, Ocean Springs led, 3:19 left in the first, and that's the way we ended the first quarter at 14-3. Then a 70-yard pass completed an 87-yard drive on a flea flicker and end around the receiver. Marcus Buckley threw it 70 yards to Austin Williams, who's been a thorn in the side of the Panthers here in the first half. And the point after by Wall, again good, 21-3, 11:48 left in the half. At 9:42 in the second quarter, a 1-yard run by Tanner Estill completed a 49-yard drive for the Panthers, and the point after by Maldonado made it 21-10. But a big kickoff return by Swoops set up a short field, a 27-yard drive. The second play after that return, a 25-yard pass again to Austin Williams, this time from the quarterback Drew Wyndham. Point after was good, 28-10, Ocean Springs led. Then at the 2:02 mark, a 13-yard run by Stephon Hutterson capped an 80-yard drive by Petal. Maldonado hit the point after, and it was 28-17, and that drive started on a missed field goal by Ocean Springs, so we took over to our own 20, drove it 80 yards, the most impressive drive of the night so far for the Panthers. But the kickoff went out of bounds. They took over the 35, and then a long run by Andrew Warren of 50 yards set up the field goal with 29 seconds to play. A 23-yard field goal by Wall was good, and that ended the scoring in the first half, 31-17 Ocean Springs lead. But what I was talking about, you expect to have a lot of rushing yards, and they had over 100 yards rushing. We'll look at the yardage later on in the half, but their passing is what's really been surprising, I think. I don't know if we were expecting that. I would say probably not, but that is one of their weapons, and you talked about that, the triple option. But they have that fourth option now with the quarterback like Wyndham who can throw it a little bit, and got that big receiver, Austin Williams, that, again, he's got 4 catches for 121 yards, big chunk of it, 70 on that flea flicker, but 2 touchdowns. He's got some sure hands out there on a cold night, and he's hurt us, and their passing game has really hurt us.
Well, and I think you go in and you look, I think defensively we got a good plan for stopping the triple option. You say, well, you're giving up 31 points, how's that a good plan? You've given up 4 touchdowns. But out of those 4 touchdowns, one of them came off of a turnover in a short field. Another one came off of a trick play, and then a third one,
short field.
It was actually the fourth one, but it came off of the run.
Yeah, the kickoff return.
One, you make a mistake on the kickoff with a line drive and kick it to the most explosive player on the coast and let him get it down to another short field. So really 3 of the 4 they've only taken the ball and put together a sustained drive one time, and that was for the second touchdown of the night. So then you come back and you look at mistakes. What the mistakes you made in the kicking game, you made 2 back-to-back with the line drive kick that turned out that run, and then you did give up the onside pooch kick, but the defense was able to make that stop and force a field goal that they missed. Then you come back and you get the kicking game fixed with the pooch kick. Even though one went out of bounds, came back and kicked the next one and covered it fairly well. But on the first play, where he's able to cut it back against the grain, and we just overplay it. He turns it into a big play that takes it down. But the defense does a great job of holding them to 3 points right there. And so when you look at the scoreboard, you're only down by 14 points. That's 2 plays. And you look at the playmakers that we've got out there, number 1, number 5, number 6, number 8, number 21. You go right down the list. Any of those guys, I mean, scoring 2 touchdowns, that's nothing. We can do that at any point. You got to get, Samuel Hopper's got to settle down a little bit. You got to kind of figure out what are they doing different than what we've looked at this week. Obviously, there's something there, but his throw's been a little high at times. And then we've had some drops, especially early in the game. We had a big one that where we had to kick a field goal instead of a touchdown. So you can't make mistakes like that. You can't drop passes, but you got to make the throws too, so that you can make the big plays and let these playmakers, get some points on there for you. So.
All right, well, let's take another 3-minute break. We'll come back and talk about the stats that we have and then what scores we have. Most of the games are nearing or at halftime already, but playoff action all around the state tonight. We'll give you a few scores when we come back and look at the stats back in 3 minutes. Panthers trail at halftime, 31-17. This is Panther football on 93.1. Back at Ocean Springs, the Panthers trail at halftime 31-17. Unofficial stats, 11 first downs for Petal, 10 for Ocean Springs. The Greyhounds were 5 out of 7 through the air for 132 yards. Big chunk of that on that 70-yard touchdown pass on the flea flicker. Petal only 1 out of 10 with 1 interception in the first half, 34 yards, and that's just very uncharacteristic of the Panther offense. And still got 2 quarters to play, though, and hopefully things will be straightened out in our passing game because we've got too many weapons there. But give Ocean Springs defense credit. They've done a nice job against us in the first half. Rushing the football, Ocean Springs rushed it 18 times for 123 yards. Petal carried it 22 times for 128 yards. Total yards, Petal with 162. Ocean Springs well balanced there, 255 total yards. Ocean Springs fumbled it once, lost it. Petal fumbled it one time, but recovered it right there at the end of the half, so didn't lose that one. Penalties, 5 penalties for Ocean Springs for 65 yards, 3 penalties for Petal for 15 yards. Petal punted twice for a 30-yard average, no return on either one of those punts, and Ocean Springs yet to have to punt the ball in the game. So, give credit to Ocean Springs. I thought offensively, other than that first play from scrimmage, they looked like they were very comfortable out there, mixing it up between the run and the pass. 123 yards passing, 132 yards passing, 123 rushing. So very well balanced. And again, I think that may be the balance of their two options there, passing and running, may be the biggest surprise of any as far as what they've been doing all year. Now, they've lived off some of those big plays because the running game sucks you into it so much. But it's not so much that we've been sucked in on some of them. They just made some nice plays to Austin Williams. Again, he's got 4 catches for 121 yards, 2 touchdowns. Have a couple of rushing touchdowns as well. Andrew Warren, their big running back, that in name, not in stature, but the yardage leader on the ground this year. He has 76 yards on only 8 carries, but 50 of those came on that one play. So we've actually done a fairly decent job against their running game. It's their passing that's really hurt us. And, you go into the locker room, you said we're only down 2 scores, and the weapons we have, that's 2 plays basically. But what can we do against their defense, the way they're dropping folks into that zone and into those lanes to get the ball maybe to our receivers quicker or find those open guys? From an offensive standpoint, what are we looking at trying to do here in the second half?
Well, I think you do what the coaches did when they made the adjustment, that they're committing more people out there to stopping the underneath passing game. Then they come back and we go two running backs in there, and we're just gonna give them a little rock'em sock'em football of our own. And if it takes us 8 or 10 plays of smashing it at them to move it down the field, then we can be patient enough to do that. But that also gives you the ability then to come back and run a little play action that will suck up that underneath coverage and give you a chance to throw some of those intermediate routes across the middle or down the hash marks, like we have hit Bridges on once and then would have hit him again had we not gotten an interference call there.
All right, a few scores here. Still about 4.5 minutes. Ocean Springs band getting ready to take the field now. So technically it's about 7.5 minutes because you have 3 minutes once the band clears. But let's go over a few scores that we have just before halftime. St. Stanislaus leads Northeast Jones 34-21. Wayne County up on Gaucher 21-13. Laurel all over East Central 49-20. That's in 5A play, them in Wayne County's 5A. Taylorsville up on Union at halftime 27-0. Pascagoula, said, leading West Jones in 5A playoff action here on the coast, 17-14 at halftime. And let's go to this other screen and see what we can find here. I know most of the games are at halftime, as we said earlier. Bassville all over Pisgah, 40-0 at halftime. Oak Grove, 35-14 at halftime over Hancock. Again, Hancock making their first appearance in the playoffs it seemed like it may be back in 1990. It's been a number of years since they've been in the playoffs, but congratulations to them. But it looks like it's going to be a one and done for those guys. Let's see. Starkville up on Tupelo 24-0. Starkville, the number 1 team in the state. Clinton has had a great year as well. They're leading Grenada 20-0. South Panola, the number 2 team in the state, over Northwest Rankin 20-0. Let's see what else. Meridian out of Region 3. They're leading D'Iberville 13-7. I think that game is at halftime as well. Picayune 21-13 over Pearl River Central at half. Other games of interest, let's see. I believe that may be about it. Yep, so as the other scores come in from our area, hadn't heard of Brandon score lately. Brandon and Hattiesburg, hadn't heard their score lately. We'll try to get that one for you and have it for you when we come back from this last break. Let's take another 3-minute break. It'll be our last break of the half. Back in 3 minutes, the Panthers trail at halftime 31-17. You're listening to Panther Football on 93.1. Back at Ocean Springs, the Panthers down by 14 at halftime, 31-17. Both teams making their way back onto the end zone area of the field to do their stretching before the third quarter gets underway. Ocean Springs marching band completing their halftime routine on this cool night on the coast. So again, we've had a good pregame meal, and the thing that's keeping Ed and myself going is our postgame meal thoughts. Stopping at Krispy Kreme for some hot donuts.
Hey, if they're hot, I can eat a whole dozen.
Hey, we're going to get it done. Hattiesburg down at halftime to Brandon, 21-6. They had taken the early 6-0 lead on Brandon, but the Bulldogs seem to have righted the ship a little bit there and lead by 15 at halftime, 21-6. Meridian leading D'Iberville 13-7 at halftime. That game is at D'Iberville, just up the Highway 67 here. And that's a very solid D'Iberville team they're playing too, the number 2 team out of the region. Very physical team, and I guess that may be the MO for more of these teams on the coast. Not that Region 3 is not a physical league, but more wide open offenses, where the Region 4 maybe has the reputation to be of a more physical, punch-in-your-mouth type of offense and defense. And Ocean Springs has sort of popped us in the mouth a little bit offensively, leading 31-17. Looking at their scores throughout the year, they've scored 31 or more only twice. The opening game against George County, a 42-16 win, and then a 35-21 win against Biloxi. That's the only time they've scored more than 30 points all year long, and they've got 31 in the first half. And sort of a surprise. Thought it might be a high-scoring affair, but I've been really impressed with their defense and the way they've shut down our passing game. But again, like you said, once we went to our 2-back set, thought we gave them a little different look, and we've been effective previous games, and we're in the first half with that 2-back set. So you think we'll see a good bit of that in the second half as well.
Yeah, and I go back and say it again. To me, the biggest surprise so far has been the play of their quarterback, Drew Wyndham, to come out and be as accurate as he is. Yeah. Throwing the ball, especially throwing the ball down the field some, but even, on some out routes and curl routes and things like that, I just, it's not really been, he hasn't had a lot of experience that came in, the team as a whole has come in with a lot less passing yards than they have rushing yards coming in. So,
yeah, they don't. He protects the ball. They don't throw it a lot. As you said, he's 62 out of 125, so just barely over 50% completion rate, but only has 2 interceptions, so he's pretty smart with the football. Has no turnovers as far as no interceptions in the first half. He fumbled one early in the game, but does a good job of taking care of the football. Has passed for 850 yards this year and 7 touchdowns, and he's got one more touchdown to his credit tonight. So he's doing a good job of running their offense, and that's what their coaching staff has said. They've adjusted what he likes to do to the players he has, and they're doing a good job of running what they have installed here. Normally a spread offensive coach, but he has dialed it back a bunch, and give them credit. They're doing a good job with it tonight. Now the Panthers will be kicking off to start this second half as Maldonado will tee it up. Looking like the pooch kick is coming. He'll tee it up at the 40, wait on the official to give him the signal, and he gets it. Panthers down by 14. Defense will be on the field to start with. More of a line drive kick goes off the hands of the return man at the 30. Dove on it at the 25 is Elijah Burris, one of the running backs for Ocean Springs, and that's the most effective kickoff we've had all night.
Good job catching them off guard right there, and they have trouble fielding it and finally just fall on it. So you're going to have to start at the 25-yard line. So the Panther defense needs to come out, take advantage of this, stop them on first and second down, force a third down, get them out, and give the offense good field position.
Wyndham up under center, he has been all night. He'll give to straight ahead to Warren. And he'll get out near the 29 for a gain of 4. Bring it up 2nd and 6. 9 carries for 80 yards for Andrew Warren. And 50 of those came on that one run. You may stop them 2, 3, 4 times, and then before you know it, they break one on you, and that's really been the story of the first half, their running game. Stopped them well most of the time, but about 2 or 3 big plays. Back to throw is Wyndham. Timing route again, boy. He and Austin Williams have a connection. A gain out to the 31-yard line, a gain of 7 and a first down.
Just on that 3-step passing game, you got to throw it on time. You throw the quick out. So from the secondary standpoint, what you got to do to stop that, you're just going to have to come up, bump and run, get in their face.
Yeah. Let them come off the line with no contact, not jamming them any, and been free run of the passing game tonight. Pitch around the right side. The first time we've seen the option pitch. Gain is out to the 39, a gain of 3.
That's that's where you get into catch-22 on bump and run, pressing them at the line of scrimmage, and you start spending your time pressing them and cover them. They're going to come back out and run the option pitch and get that halfback out on the corner, and you lose your run support from your defensive back. So
a gain of 3, though. Not a bad play right there. I guess when we call an option run of only 3, that's pretty good. 2nd and 7 from the 39 of Ocean Springs. The Pedal crowd trying to get into it as well on the near side. Got a good contingent down on the coast following these guys. Back to throw is Wyndham. Throwing it near sideline. And there he is again, breaking a tackle and being forced out of bounds in Pedal territory at the 38 rather.
Yeah, it's just good timing and good throwing. Deep route that time. Then we did get up and press him, and we're turned and ran with him man to man, but he comes out of that cut, and the ball is already there when he comes out of the cut.
Yeah, that's the timing is what I've been so impressed with as well. They have a good relationship, it looks like. 151 yards on 6 catches for Austin Williams, a 1st and 10 from the Panther 38. That's the 12th first down of the game for Ocean Springs. Give right up the gut. Warren inside the 35. On the dive, he'll get it near the 34, close to the 33. Far official has him spotted at the 34. That's where they'll spot it. So a gain of 4, 2nd and 6. Very methodical drive they're going with now. 2nd down and 6. Line of scrimmage is the Panther 34. Wyndham again on the dive. Upended near the 32-yard line and driven back near the 34. They'll give him forward progress down really close to the 30, about the 31 and a half. We'll give him 2 yards on that, bring it up 3rd down and a short 4. So 3rd and 4 here. Wyndham with the hard count. He'll back out from under center now with 10 on the play clock. And get the signal from the sideline. Down to 5. Looking to throw it. Wyndham throws it up near far sideline, and nice play right there by Jeremiah Gamlin. Timing that jump, knocking the ball out of Williams' hands, bringing up 4th down.
Good job, good call defensively to come up and press him. Gamlin's been a good man-to-man cover guy on the year for us, and he does a good job right there of timing his jump. And he went up, and the ball was perfectly thrown by the quarterback, and it was there for them to make the play. Gamlin comes up, times it, knocks the ball loose.
4th down. One of many big plays in this game coming up right now. Trying to get a stop on this opening series of the 3rd quarter, down by 17. Wyndham around the left edge, hands it off. He'll have the 1st down and more, and that's Warren. He cuts it inside, and he's breaking inside the 15 down near the 13. Going to be a close gain of near 19 yards. Boy, just a great job of seal blocking there for that 19-yard run from Andrew Warren, and he is over 100 yards on the night.
They just come back and they just bunch together with the tight end, and nobody's spread out. Everybody's in tight, draw the defense in, and then they get the reach block and get the sweep on the outside, get the ball to their number 1 running back's hands.
1st and 10 from the Panther 13. 8:25 left in the 3rd quarter. Wyndham gives around the stretch, handoff, sweep to the right side, dragged down near the 16-yard line is Coleman. So it's going to be second down. They'll give him the 15-yard line, so a gain of right at 3, 2nd and 7.
Tell you what, this is a really good job. I guess that's Gamlin.
Yeah.
He fought off the lead block from the lead running back, fought him off, and then made the tackle on the other running back.
So a 2nd and 7 from the 10 of Petal. Ocean Springs driving. Give straight ahead and still getting 2 or 3 yards down to the 8. A couple of yards for Warren. It'll be third down and about 5.
Still a good play again, defensive end. Does a good job. He's done that several times tonight. Tyler Hancock, and he's got inside help from DeMarcus Evans and those other guys stepping up in there and playing that veer. It gets tougher to play. It gets tougher to stop that dive the closer you get to the end zone.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't have as far to go.
So third and about 6 here. We only gave him 1 to the 9. 7 minutes to play in the third quarter. And timeout being taken by Ocean Springs. We'll take a 30-second timeout as well. This is Panther football on 93.1. Back at Ocean Springs during the timeout here, waiting on both teams to come back onto the field. We'd like to thank some of our sponsors, the Encore Athletic Trainers, for providing sideline injury coverage for us tonight. Encore works throughout the week, keeping our Panthers injury-free and ready to play. Encore is the official sports medicine provider for Petal High School. Also, Southern Bone and Joint Specialists are proud to be the official sports team physicians for the Petal Panthers. The Hattiesburg Clinic provides great support for the Petal Panthers as well. We appreciate their support, and also the support of the Forest County Board of Supervisors for all the things that they do and the support they give the Petal Panthers. Big play right here, 3rd and 6 from the 9-yard line of Petal. 6:58 to play in the third. End around. Red beautifully swoops, is swarmed under. And boy, staying at home right there, Logan Boutwell makes a play for a big loss back to the 13, a loss of 4. And that's being disciplined and doing what you're supposed to do.
It's being disciplined, good eye discipline. That's the word for it. He sees it, sees the ball, stays at home, forces the play inside and makes the stop. So holding them to a field goal attempt. Another good job by the Petal defense. It
will be a 30-yard field goal attempt. 1 out of 2 on the night so far. Missed a 32-yarder, made a 23-yarder, did Brad Wall. Placement's down. Kick is up, and I believe he pulled that one left as well. Oh, just inside the left upright. So that field goal with 6:14 to play extends the lead to 34-17 in favor of Ocean Springs. Back in 30 seconds. This is Panther football on 93.1. Took the opening drive of the third quarter, Ocean Springs did. Drove it down the field, kicked a 30-yard field goal. 6:14 left in the third quarter, nearly half the third quarter on that drive. And that's one thing that Ocean Springs does, controlling the clock and how many opportunities we're going to have offensively. Got to make each one of them count down to 17. Brad Wall to kick it away for the Greyhounds. Coming near hash mark this time. He'll kick it deep. But again, this ball will go into the end zone this time, though. We don't have to run it out. And there's a touchback automatically once it gets in the end zone. So the ball will be spotted at the 20-yard line of Petal with 6:11 left in the third quarter. Down by 17, 34-17. The Panthers have some work to do here in the second half. Hopper with that split backfield, hands it off to Hutterson, turns it up across the 25, out near the 28 by the time he'll roll across the body of one of the defenders for a gain of 8 and second down and 2.
Well, it's a formation that we talked about. Had good success, good push from the offensive line. They're doing a good job creating those running lanes for our two backs, and we get them in there at the same time.
Hancock not going down quietly. They pull within 35-21 against Oak Grove. Play action from Hopper. Nice pass to Ross on the wheel route, and he'll catch it and go out of bounds near the 46-yard line for a gain of 18.
So we talked about the play action, going to hold those underneath linebackers, and we just run a post and a wheel route combination, and Hopper just looks to see post is covered. He comes back, and Ross is open on the wheel route. Good throw and catch right there.
1st and 10 from the 46-yard line. Ross around the left edge, turns it up. He's in midfield trying to get to the edge, and he does, and he'll have another first down inside Ocean Springs territory to the 39 rather. That'll be a gain of 15. Well, a good patient run by Darren right there. And the big guys up front doing a nice job. 1st and 10 from the Ocean Springs 39. 5:20 left in the third quarter. Clock rolling. 34-17, Petal trails. Win and move on. Lose, pack up the equipment. Play action, Hopper. Wheel route again to Hutterson. He's got it upended, but not before he has the first down at the 25-yard line. A gain of 14.
It's basically the same play that they ran on this side, come back running against that side. Same play action, hold those linebackers, hold that outside safety.
The ball spotted right on the 25-yard line. And this drive started on the 20 on the touchback of the kickoff. Hand off to Ross. Looking to the right edge. He'll get about 3 yards down near the 21. Bring it up third down and about 7. They may back it up to the 22. So it'll be a gain of 3. Second down and 7. Ross with 79 yards. Hutterson with 83 yards on the ground tonight. Both of them have carried it 11 times. Play clock at 8. Game clock 4:10 in the third. Play action. Hopper hangs in the pocket, takes a shot, but overshoots Wood, who is open on the post. But the ball sailed on him over the intended receiver, Nigel Wood, and a little extracurricular afterwards. And the officials doing a nice job of getting in and separating anything, those players, before anything develops. So third down and 7. You have to reach the 15 of Ocean Springs for the first down. The line of scrimmage, the 22. 4:04, a lot of time left depending on this play. Of course, they're in 4-down territory probably. Down 17. Handoff. Cuts it up, Hutterson. He's going to be hit at the 20. Falls down near the 17. Going to be about 2.5 yards short, 2.5 to 3 yards short of the first down. They'll spot it just inside the 23, just inside the 18. You got to get to the 15 for the first down. So about 3 here. So gain 4 that time. And the offense is staying on the field. Ocean Springs showing blitz right here, but now they'll back out as Petal will take a timeout. Let's keep it here. 3:25 left in the third quarter. You know, we talked about the fourth down play for Ocean Springs on the previous drive being one of the big plays. This is obviously a big play right here.
Yeah, it's a big play, but you come back and look at, where the success has been. We've been coming off the ball. We've been able to get a little movement, get a little push up there. We've been able to stay on blocks and create running lanes. But, in a fourth down situation, it's more about getting push. And then, of course, you got two running backs in there. Both of them have strong legs, good power runners.
Now we really have favored the left side on a run. He's looking at fourth and about short 2.5 yards to go. You got to think that's probably where we're going. But then again, Ocean Spring knows that as well.
You just when you call those guys over to the sideline and say, look, we're going to line up, and we're going to make sure we got a hat on a hat. Everybody take care of your guy. Get push. Don't give any penetration up through the inside gaps. And let's get the first down.
Bridges and Gibson, the receivers of the left side, Wood on the near side. Play clock at 8. Got the play relayed in with 5 on the play clock. Got to hurry. Down to 2. Snap is made. Hopper with time. And he's going to tuck it and run. He's not going to make it. Boy, that was messed up. Late getting the play in, and then a little bit of panic there as the ball was snapped maybe early, and Hopper's dropped for a loss back at the 21-yard line. Or they'll spot it at the 21. Be 1st and 10 for Ocean Springs. So a loss of about 4. So the turnover on downs with 3:18 to play. Ocean Spring takes over with their own 21. 3:18 in the third quarter, that is. On down Highway 90, Pascagoula is taking a 24-14 lead over West Jones on a 76-yard touchdown pass. Got about 8.5 minutes left in the third there. On the dive again, out near the 30, just shy of the first down. Warren will take it for 9 yards. 113 yards for Warren on 13 carries. So second and about 1.5 yards to go. Panther defense trying to create a turnover here. First down earned by Burris as he'll go out across the 35. Or Thibodeaux, rather. Thibodeaux gains out to the 36 for a gain of 6. Fourteenth first down earned for Ocean Springs. Under 2.5 to play in the third. Had a time-consuming drive that in the first drive of this second half. Warren on the dive. He'll have another first down. Gain of 12. Well, what they do well now.
You see them getting back more to what they've done most of the season.
Yeah.
And running the veer handoff, running the midline, right up the middle.
Line of scrimmage is the Ocean Springs 47. 1st and 10 for the Greyhounds. Game clock nearing 1:50 left in the third quarter. Off the dive again, Warren straight ahead. He'll be stuffed near the 49 for a gain of 2. 2nd and 8. Now, as they come just pounding us like this, the defense has been on the field a long time tonight, and you've got to be discouraged a little bit, even though you're still fighting and still competing and trying to make plays. But after a certain period of time, you just get worn out physically, but mentally as well.
Yeah, well, you had a good stop on the opening series, hold them to a field goal. And the offense actually does a good job of moving the ball, but then when they don't get points.
Yeah. Wyndham on the throwback screen, pass complete to Thibodeaux. He's in Petal territory down near the 44-yard line. That's going to be a gain of 7.
Good hustle by Brian Morgan there to run that thing down behind before the first down.
So third down and about a little over 1.5 or so. Thibodeaux with his first catch on that screen play. Wyndham with 32 seconds on the game clock. Off the dive, has the first down. Right at the first down marker. Near side official is just past the chain, and it should be a first down, it looks like. Ball spotted just shy of the 42. Had to get inside the 43, so that will be a gain of 2 and a first down for Warren. That's what they do. They just move the chains. Move them, and then hit you with a big play. But the Greyhound offense has looked good tonight as the third quarter comes to a close. 34-17, Ocean Springs leads. We'll be back in 1 minute. This is Panther football on 93.1. Getting ready to start the fourth quarter here at Ocean Springs. The Panthers trail 34-17. Ocean Springs has it. 1st and 10 from the Panther 42. So we're going to need a little help right here. Turnover would be big for the Panther defense. But clock management by the Ocean Springs offense has been the name of the game here in the second half. Still on the dive. Still moving the pile for a first down. That Thibodeaux. That's Burris, rather, I think. No, that's Thibodeaux. They're going to spot him at the 33, just shy of the first down. Have to give him 9 yards. They need about half a yard for the first down. You don't even see Williams out there now. Buckley the only receiver. And they're going to play action and look for Buckley on the deep post. Airs it out. Gamlin couldn't find the ball. Buckley tried to come back for it, but that sailed high and wide. Bring it up third down and about a half a yard. Wyndham 7 out of 11 for 99 yards on the evening, 1 touchdown. Not a bad idea there on 2nd and short, the way they've been running the ball, take a shot toward the end zone.
Just trying to take a shot at the jugular. Come back with 3rd, and they feel confident in 3rd and short.
They have reason to tonight. Off the dive again. Wyndham will have the first down, or Warren rather. Wyndham hands off to Warren. Ball spotted just shy of the 30. That'll be a gain of about 2 and a first down. 131 yards on 17 carries for Andrew Warren tonight. Clock rolling. It'll be under 11 minutes to play when this ball is snapped. 35-28. Hancock making a little noise in Oak Grove. They have called that one a little early. 1st and 10 for the Greyhounds. Dive again to Warren. He's inside the 29. Near the 28. Gain of a couple. They said 3 yards and a cloud of dust. On the turf there's no dust, but it's 2 yards and 2 yards, and then pop 1 for a first down. Pedal defense needs to come up with a big stop here. 10-20 left in the ball game, down by 17. 2nd down and 8. That's a little bit of help right there as the tight end on the right side moves. That's the first penalty of the second half. Ocean Springs had 5 in the first half, and all of those were pretty much major penalties. 3 15-yarders and 2 10-yarders. So So that'll move them behind the chains there. Second and a long 12. Second near 13. Ball spotted at the Panther 33. Under 10 minutes to play. Do we have enough time? Well, we've got to worry about a stop first. Wyndham under center. Running the option left. Pitches to Warren. Trying to get around the left edge. Turns it up near the 40. Played nicely there. Knocked off his feet after a gain of about 2. So it's going to be third down and a little over 10.
Taylor Wilson does a good job coming up and playing that good open field, breaking down, forcing the tackle.
So third and about 10.5. Ball spotted at the 31. A gain of just over 2 on that play. And it'll be under near 9 minutes when this ball is snapped. 9:10 right now. Third down and about 10.5. Timeout's going to be taken by Ocean Springs. We will take a timeout with them back in 30 seconds. This is Panther Football on 93.1. Third and a little over 10 for Ocean Springs as they'll come out of this timeout in a minute. Here, let's go over a couple of scores for you. Northeast Jones onside kick to start third quarter. It got the ball, went down and scored. They have trimmed their deficit to St. Stanislaus, 34-28, the Rockashaws lead. Early third quarter. West Jones kicks a 27-yard field goal. They now trail 24-17 going into the fourth quarter for against Pascagoula. Laurel 57-34 in the fourth quarter over East Central. Defensively here, another big play for the Panther defense. Wyndham back to throw. Looking for Williams, just throws it up to him. Gamblin right there with him, makes a nice play defensively. Boy, I tell you what, Jeremiah's been a pretty solid defender all year long.
Yeah, he has. He got good skills, good ball skills right there, and he plays him, sticks with him in his hip pocket, goes up, times his jump well, and bats it down.
All right. You would think they would punt it right here, make us drive the field down by 17 with 9:02 left in the ball game. They're going to line up for a field goal here. It looks like a 48-yarder. You have to be aware of the fake here, but Wall has shown he's got the leg for this. Wind has died down a little bit. Been a crosswind out of the north. Wyndham is the holder. Snap is put down. The kick is up. And it's going to be just short and to the left as well. So the Panther defense holds. The 48-yard field goal is just short. 8:55 left in the ball game. 34-17, Ocean Springs leads. Panthers will take over at their own 20. Down by 17 with less than 9 minutes to play.
Well, you still got time. It's time to get the ball, spread it around a little bit to some guys and make some plays.
Got less than 9, 8:55 to play. Need 3 scores. Twin backs, give it to Hutterson on the reverse. Flea flicker back to Hopper, and he's going to be hit. Throwing toward Bridges and did a good job of getting rid of the ball and avoiding the big loss. Tried the flea flicker looking for Gibson and that Ross down the field. But not being fooled, Ocean Springs defense does a nice job right there. And
I don't know if the linebacker defensive end that was rushing right there so much didn't get fooled or he just kind of stumbled into that. And,
I think you're right.
And then realized that, hey, this is going back to the quarterback. I have a chance to make a play here.
So 2nd and 10 from the 20. Hopper back to throw. Out of the backfield, gets it to Hutterson. Got to make some folks miss. He'll be out near the 27, close to the 28, be third down and short. Run the ball. Goodness gracious. Love those coaches in the stands, boys. Goodness gracious alive. Gain of 8 on that play to Hutterson. 3rd down and 2. Straight ahead's going to have the first down out near the 34. The clock will be stopped rather as the chains are moved. That's a gain of 6 on the play for Hutterson. He's at 93 yards on 13 carries. 42-28 Oak Grove. Play action. Hopper got some time. Hit as he throws. The receiver slipped down. Bridges fell down, intercepted by Buckley. Boy, that was an easy interception there as Bridges slipped down. Buckley inside the 30. Still moving down near the 26. Now there's some little extracurricular after the play, but again, the officials step in and try to get this dissolved real quickly. Well, just unfortunate interception right there. Bridges was there, fell down, slipped down, and once he was down, it was nothing but blue jerseys around the football. And that'll be a turnover. And Ocean Springs, with 7:54 to play, will have the ball at the Panther 27. Now that road just became a whole lot tougher. So you expect to see a large dose of Mr. Warren right here. Not Warren, but stop for a loss is Coleman. Petal Panther shaken up there is DeMarcus Evans.
DeMarcus was the one who got through that line and just kind of blew that play up behind the line of scrimmage. Not sure if somebody stepped on his leg or.
Gingerly walking off there, favoring his left leg, it looks like, but looks like he's going to be okay, but in a little bit of pain there. May got kicked in the shin, I don't know. Cold night like tonight, you get kicked there, liable to hurt anyway. Loss of a couple, 2nd and 12 from the 29. 7:20 to play. Panthers down 17. Give straight ahead. Gain down near the 26. So that'll be a gain of 3, it looks like. They give him 4 down to the 25. So 3rd down and 8. Again, in no hurry with 6:50 to play. Play clock at 10. 34-17. Ocean Springs leads. Looking to pass it. Wyndham under pressure. Pump fake's going to be dropped. First time we've gotten to him tonight. Good coverage. Excellent rush up front. He'll be brought down back at the 31-yard line, a loss of 6. So it'll be 4th down. 4th and about 15. 4th and 14, we'll call it. Got to get it down to the 17-yard line for the first down. Line of scrimmage is a 31. Same spot of the field. They attempted that 48-yard field goal earlier. They're going to go for it here after missing that. 6 minutes to play. You got to know where Williams is. Going to throw it in his direction, I would think. Nope, right down the middle. Pass complete for the first down. Wow, how did he make that catch?
He had 3 defenders on him. Quarterback threw it just in between all 3 of them.
Now, it's going to be short of the first down, though. That's the saving grace. Needed 14, got 13. Wow, that was a heck of a catch, wasn't it?
Good throw and good strong hands. Just, I'm like you. I thought the spot was going to be for the first down, but now you got a chance. Offense come out, start getting the ball to these playmakers.
So turn it over on downs there. Now the Petal offense has got to do a lot in a short period of time, down 17. They'll take over at their own 18-yard line with 5:47 to play. Hopper throwing for Wood. He's got it near the 29. Let's see where they give him the forward progress.
They're going to say that he dropped it now. Ball came
incomplete.
out. Yep.
Took a hit. Really should have held on to it, but I guess sometimes you get the helmet put right on the football, sometimes it'll knock it loose, and that was the case there as the pass ruled incomplete. It'll be 2nd and 10 from the 18. 5:40, the clock stopped here in the fourth quarter on that incompletion. Down by 17. Panthers trying to get back in this thing in a hurry. Hopper to Gibson, his first catch of the night. And he'll be forced out of bounds just shy of the 40, near the 38. That'll be a gain of 20. And a first down.
That's the first time we've seen that crossing route. Like you said, first, they've done Greyhounds come in and take Gibson out of the game so far, and they've taken out one of our big weapons. But
with 5:32 to play in the game, he gets his first catch. Hopper again to throw. Crossing route behind Bridges this time, not able to pull it in. So the clock stops at 5:27.
Pulled his eyes off of it. You got to make that play right there, advance it down the field.
So the clock stopped on the incompletion. And the Panthers down by 17, 5:27 to play in the ball game. They'll have a 2nd and 10 from their own 38-yard line. Laurel all over East Central, 64-34, 11:52 to play in that game. Play action, Hopper. Got Layton open in Ocean Springs territory down near the 42-yard line. Gain of 20. First catch of the night for Layton. First and 10 from the 42 of Ocean Springs. Clock's put back into motion. 5:10 to play. Hopper looks left. High throw over the outstretched arms of Barry Gibson. The clock will stop with 5:04 to play. Brandon 28, Hattiesburg 21, 8:44 left to play in that game. Second and 10 from the Greyhound 42. Wood and Gibson near side, Layton and Bridges to the top of your screen. D'Iberville leads Meridian 14-13, 4:15 to play. Got a good one going on there on Highway 67. Play action, Hopper got time. Rolls to his right now. Throws it down the middle. High throw pulled in by Layton. Nice. Nope. Knocked it loose as he hit the turf. Didn't control it all the way down. That incompletion will bring up 3rd and 10. As he hit the turf, they said it came loose. I don't know. You get into that in the college and pro. Got to make a football move. I don't know if you have that in high school or not, but he had control of it till he was hit and went to the ground. They rolled it incomplete, so 3rd down and 10 from the 42 of Ocean Springs, 4:54 to play. Prevent defense by Ocean Springs. They'll roll. Hopper rolls to his right. Was it intercepted? Looking for Layton on the far sideline at the 19-yard line. They'll say he did come up with interception, so that will just about do it right there. The 3rd interception of the night for Samuel Hopper. And now it's just a matter of the clock rolling. Ocean Springs will take over at their own 19-yard line with 4:47 to play and leading by 17. First half was a sort of a scoring fest at 31-17. There was a field goal midway of the third quarter. The opening drive of the third quarter, a 30-yard field goal by Ocean Springs. That's the only scoring here in the second half. Dive to Warren. He's across the 20. Out near the 22-yard line. Be a gain of 3. Petal Panther slow to get up as well. Try to get that number for you as this clock is stopped with 4:36 to play. Tyler Hancock, the injured Panther, and Encore athletic trainers always providing the sideline coverage of each game. See them go out and check on Tyler as he is slow to get up but hobbles off on his own power. Appreciate their support. They work hard to keep those Panthers ready to play each and every Friday night. The official sports medicine provider for Petal High School. Checking in for Tyler will be Sean Bourne coming in, number 97. Clock's rolling now with 4:30 to play. 34-17. Greyhounds on top. Wyndham winding that play clock down to under 10 now. Down to 5. Runs the option. Nope, he'll hand it off to Warren on the dive. Maybe a yard out to the 23. That'll bring up 3rd down and about 6. Under 4 to play. More of the usual look of the Ocean Springs team here in this second half, really just pounding the ball. Not a lot of possessions for either team. A lot of clock running here as Ocean Springs takes a timeout as the play clock was nearing 0. We'll take a 30-second timeout with them. Back in 30, this is Panther Football on 93.1. Back at Ocean Springs, timeout on the field with 3:32 to play. Ocean Springs leads 34-17 with about a 3rd and 6 facing them when they come out of the timeout. Number 1 team of the state, Starkville, shuts out Tupelo 30-0. Picayune, I think, extended their lead to what was 38-26 over Pearl River Central. And South Panola 32-0 over Northwest Rankin. That's a final as well. So 3rd and 6 here for the Greyhounds. Flag on the play. Wow, coming out of the timeout, you looked like they were trying to run the clock down, but the game clock wasn't running after the timeout. But had a procedure call against Ocean Springs. That'll back it up 5 yards, be 3rd down and near 11 now. Ball spotted near inside the 18 of Ocean Springs. Content to run it. Warren around the left edge. Got some room. He'll be out near the 1st down. Let's see where they spot it. Had to get close to the 29. It's going to be a little bit short, it looks like. Needed 11. I think he got about 10. He's spotting it right at the 29. It's going to be just short, it looks like. So give him 10 yards officially. He's got 149 on 22 carries. No, they just said he did have enough for it. Not even going to measure.
It's enough to, Whitehead almost got me on that one.
I think the head official got the wrong hand signals from the line judge over here. He's saying it was close enough to measure. He must have thought he said it was a 1st down. They will bring the chains out for a measurement. Ball spotted just right at the 29. 7:25 left to play in Brandon. 35-21 Brandon over Hattiesburg. As they stretch the chains here, I'm still going to say they're a little bit short. Doggone it. Wishful thinking. I don't have a good angle here either. So just enough for the 1st down. So Once the chains are moved, they'll start the clock again. It's at 3:07 right now. Down to 3, 18 on the play clock. They've been winding it down to 5 seconds or less each time. Northeast and St. Stanislaus tied up at 34. Got a good one in the jungle. Warren on the dive, breaks into the secondary. He's across the 35 out near the 38-yard line. Got a big gain of 9.
Warren on the carry. Moves the ball out near the 38-yard line.
He came into the night with 1,175 yards, and he's added, as of right now, 159 to that total. Second down and 1. Clock rolling, 2:20 to play. And Ocean Springs in no hurry here, obviously leading by 17. Play clock at 10, and they'll break their huddle with 9 on the play clock.
Brings up second down and 1.
Warren's got his shirt tail hanging out. He's been working hard tonight, hasn't he? Quarterback sneak. Wyndham will have the first down out just across the 40. Gain of a couple, and that'll move the chains.
Time to move those chains. First down, Greyhounds.
First and 10 from just across their own 40, minute 55 to play and counting. The Greyhounds will improve to 11-1 overall and advance to the next round of the playoffs. They will, I think it goes to it's a higher seed, so they'll host next week no matter what. So they're the number 1 seed out of the region. They will host next week. As of right now, it looks like Oak Grove. Gain of 1 for Warren, out to the 41. He's got 160 yards as the clock rolls under a minute and a half to play.
1:20 left to go in the game.
Panthers will conclude their season 7-5. Obviously not the way you want to end it. But that's one thing about playing. There's going to be one winner, one loser. And unfortunately for the Panthers, the season will come to an end tonight on the road here in Ocean Springs. Play clock at 2 as they rush to the line to snap it just in time. Play action. Are you kidding me? I think you got to be kidding me. Back to throw is Wyndham. What are you doing throwing the football? A little salt in the wound here.
Austin Williams.
Pass complete to Williams to the 49. That's a gain of 7. Will be just shy of the first down. Bring it up third down and about 1.5. Now, explain that one to me there, big boy.
Well, I don't understand that. If Petal is calling timeouts, and stopping the clock, then maybe on the other side you say, okay, you're going to stop the clock and we're going to throw the ball down the field. But
under 10 seconds to play, 2 on the play clock. They'll take a knee, and that'll be the ball game as Wyndham will take a knee back at the 47. So the Greyhounds get a field goal in the second half. That's the only scoring in the second half. They'll win it 34-17. Let's take us a 3-minute break. We'll be back in 3 minutes and recap the game for you. This is Panther Football on 93.1.
Petro Nissan is proud to sponsor our Petal Panther football team again this year. Petro Nissan and all of its employees are looking forward to the Petal Panthers making yet another run on Mississippi 6A State Championship again this year. The Petal Panthers and Petro Nissan, a winning combination. And remember, Nissan makes the vehicle, but Petro Nissan makes the difference for you. Petro Nissan, top of the hill, Hattiesburg. Go Panthers!
Back at Ocean Springs here, we're in the post-game show, 34-17. Ocean Springs holds on for the win there. Did all their damage in the first half. There was 31-17 in the at halftime. They led, and only a field goal on the opening drive of the second half was all the scoring in the second half. Whoo-wee, 71-41, Laurel over East Central. Had to just stop and tell you that one. Goodness gracious. Tell the difference of the two halves. There was 7 possessions by each team in the first half. In the second half, Petal had the ball 3 times. Ocean Springs had it 4 times on the last drive at the end of the game. So, just really ground out. Really, with that 14-point lead, you can see Ocean Springs come out in the second half, taking the second half kickoff and say, we're going to just grind it out, shorten the possessions, and that's what they did. And they held on for the win there, 34-17. So, you got to be impressed with Ocean Springs. They are, as I said, improving to 11-1 now with that win tonight. But a pretty good team. They present a challenge because you don't face a lot of teams that play that type of offense, that veer at triple option off the dive and the threat of the throwing the ball too. And they look good tonight offensively.
Yeah, it's different for your defense. It's different from what you see week in and week out. And you got to give credit to Ocean Springs because when you're looking at the numbers that they were fairly balanced, but when you watched them play tonight and you watched the quarterback Wyndham come out, especially early on, and hit some down the field passes, it just kind of changed the structure of the game in that first half. But then in the second half, they come out and really start playing keep away and don't let you have the ball, and that's pretty much what they did once they got the lead.
And that's been their MO all year. Again, once they got the lead, as you said, that's what they did in the second half, and the Panthers just couldn't catch up. So, unfortunately, the Panther season comes to an end tonight with that 34-17 loss here in the first round of the playoffs. Congratulations to Oak Grove. Ocean Springs, those old words get me all the time. Ocean Springs on their win tonight, and they'll move on and host next week. And it looks like they are hosting Oak Grove if they do hold on and beat D'Iberville, and they were leading, I think, 42-28. Maybe late in that game. So that will be a home game for Ocean Springs next week. But the Panthers season comes to a close tonight. They end up the regular season, or 7-4 with this playoff loss. Their season comes to an end at 7-5. And let's come back in 2 minutes. Let's take our last break of the post game. We'll give you what scores we know or what we can give you real quickly. And then we'll wrap it up here from Ocean Springs. Back in 2 minutes. This is Panther Football on 93.1. Back at Ocean Springs, we're about to make it a wrap here on the coast. The Panthers fall 34-17, and you never want your season to end like this. You want to go as far as you can in the playoffs, but don't think you played your best game tonight. I know the coaching staff and players got to be disappointed. Obviously, put a lot of hard work into it and a lot of effort into the season, and But again, that other team over there is not bad. You know, the 11-1, they're a pretty good team. So you got to look at who you're playing, but you still maybe disappointed in the way your season ended. Unless you win your last game, I guess there's going to be a lot of disappointed teams. And you know, the Panthers comes to a close this in the opening round.
Yeah, you got. I mean, in 6A football, there's only going to be one team that's going to be happy with their last game.
Yeah,
and that's going to be the one that wins the last one. So it's just, you know, for the seniors, you know, it's their last game, and it's been fun watching these guys play. And you know, some of them you're going to see play some more. You know, but you're actually going to see some of them play some more before the year's over. I know that Patterson is going to play in the, I believe, the Army game, and then play in the Mississippi-Alabama All-Star game, and then be interesting to watch, see where all the, you know, where the seniors go, the ones that go on and play. So, you know, all those things come into factor when you play your last game.
Yeah. But, again, it's been a pleasure bringing the broadcast to you this year. I'd like to thank all of our guys that make this happen. Our director, producer in the studio, Barbara Easterling, making everything happen back there at the station at WGDQ, and appreciate that. Let's give you what few scores we can give you in a hurry here in our region especially. Coming on the road, Meridian, that missed extra point comes back to bite them. They lose to D'Iberville on the road tonight, 14-13. Brandon was leading Hattiesburg the last we heard by 14. Hadn't got a recent score on that one. Oak Grove, with about 3 minutes to play, was leading 42-28 over Hancock. And again, whoever wins that game will be traveling here next week to play Ocean Springs, and it looks like it is going to be Oak Grove, so that should be a good one there. West Jones got lost to Pascagoula 24-17. That was a final. Laurel 71-41 over East Central. That was a final. Well, that's just a huge score. They got their last score on a 54-yard touchdown pass. So throwing it up even when you're leading big. Picayune 38-26 late in the fourth over Pearl River Central. Wayne County pulled away from Gaucher. They were leading 14-13, up 42-13 late in that one. So that'll be all the scores we'll give you tonight. We're going to pack it up and get out of this cold air and go get us some donuts. I don't know what you boys are going to do, but we're going to get us some donuts. But again, it's been a pleasure bringing the broadcast to you. We've enjoyed it. Look forward to next season, and always interesting to see the development of a team from the beginning of the year to the next. And the Panthers had a good year. Just ended on a bad note tonight, 34-17. But that's the way the cookie crumbles. And again, congratulations to the Panthers and on the season they had and getting to the playoffs. And good luck to Ocean Springs as they travel on next week against more than likely Oak Grove. For all the guys here in the cool press box here, we'd like to thank you for making us sound as good as we can, which is a hard job for you guys. At least you didn't put the camera on us, and that's the main thing. But bring the action. They work hard every week getting this broadcast to you, and appreciate those guys that take care of all the IT side of the broadcast. And again, Miss Barbara back in the studio, appreciate you for Coach Boyles, all the Panthers, all his coaching staff, all the Panther Nation, from my partner Ed Smith. I'm Mark Easley. Until next time, you've been watching and listening to Pedal Panther Football here on 93.1.